You're welcome to Easy Mathematics and a new video. Today we will answer the question if we can write all 6 trig functions in one identity, like a combination of all these 6 functions equals a constant, for example. And yeah, the answer is yes, and I want to show how we can derive this. For simplicity, I don't write sine x or sine alpha. I leave the argument away. And I want to remember that we have sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. If we divide both sides by sine squared, we get cosecant squared minus cotangent squared equals 1. If we divide both sides by cosine squared, we get secant squared minus tangent squared equals 1. Alright? And then the relationship between the functions and the co-functions is sine is 1 over cosecant, cosine is 1 over secant, and tangent is 1 over cotangent. And we will make use of a special case of a binomial. So a plus 1 over a quantity squared is a squared plus 2 plus 1 over a squared. And yeah, let's see. We add all 3 equations. So we have add all 3 equations. So we have sine squared plus cosine squared plus cosecant squared minus cotangent squared plus secant squared minus tangent squared equals 3. Now we move things a little bit around, so we have sine squared plus cosecant squared plus cosine squared plus secant squared minus tangent squared plus cotangent squared. Tangent squared plus cotangent squared equals 3. Alright. Now we add in both sides, we add a 2 here, we add a 2 here, and we subtract a 2 here. So in total, so we add a 2 here, we add a 2 here, and we subtract, so we add a 2 here, but in total we subtract it, so we add a 2 also here. Then we have sine squared plus 2 plus 1 over sine squared. Yeah, so remember, cosecant is 1 over sine plus cosine squared plus 2 plus 1 over cosine squared. Remember, secant squared is 1 over cosine squared minus tangent squared plus 2 plus 1 over tangent squared equals 5. Alright, and now you can see here we have exactly our binomial. So this part becomes sine plus cosecant squared plus this part becomes cosine plus secant quantity squared. This part becomes tangent plus cotangent squared equals 5, if I did not a mistake. Yeah, and this is our identity, all 6 trig functions in one identity. So hope you liked it, see you next time.
I welcome constructive criticism. If you have any suggestions or video requests ready, feel free to write me an email, suggestion@easymathematics.de. And if you still feel like doing math, further suggestions are now displayed. So have a great time, see you next time.